Well, hello there, everyone. Good afternoon, or morning, or evening. Depends where you are. How you doing? Welcome, everybody who just wants to come over here and chill out for a little bit. It's one of those days where I don't really have a plan, and thus I was like, well, it'd be a shame to just not stream whatsoever. But how's it going? Oh my goodness. It's kind of a chill day today. I see y'all in chat. Welcome. Hello to Super Paper Pokemon. Vital Green. Snoopy saying just chatting. Perfect. Yes, we are just, chilling out and chatting right now. Professor Bonk is asking, what happened to our God and Savior metaphor? I will, in fact, be explaining that in just a second. I still can't figure out what the heck going on with our chat box. Some people show up, others don't. I guess I have to go back to it or find a different form of chat, because I don't want to have everybody or half the people on here just not able to respond. So here's the weird thing with metaphor. So at GVG, we, of course, as those who are here constantly probably know that I flew over to do a preview event for Metaphor not too long ago, and we had assumed that because of that we would get a review code somewhere down the line, because obviously we have already experienced with the game. We've already done preview coverage on it as of now, but we didn't really get one in a timely manner to be able to do a actual review. And so we in the crew have since then may or may not have gotten a copy to talk about. Not necessarily a review code, because there's not enough time to do an 80-hour game and have a proper review done by Friday, or this Thursday night. So that's the thing, is that we're like halfway through the demo or so, more or less, during our stream last time. Very bold of Atlus to do such a long demo. I think that shows how confident they are in what they have to offer. Also, because you don't really get to see as many aspects of the game until you're further in playing the demo. But I feel like maybe if I had continued the demo today, there's a chance there's a chance that I might be talking about things that I may not want to at this point, because it's hard to compare, or it's hard to play it and not compare to things that I've already seen of the game thus far. I mean, it's still fantastic. It's an amazing game. Everything that I've seen thus far is still has it holding up. Like I think Metacritic review scores went up yesterday or the day before. I think it was just yesterday. More or less, I think a 94 on Metacritic, which is really high for a JRPG. Like that's not a score that you normally see for any kind of like role-playing game in general, but that's amongst the highest rated games on Metacritic this year, among the top 3 or top 4, I think. It has the same score as Astrobot, essentially, which is crazy to me. But I mean, this is the pedigree of a game that has been doing this formula for a long time now, with Persona, with Shin Megami Tensei. I mean, we can still probably boot it up in a little bit if we really feel like it. But I don't want to like end up saying anything that I shouldn't during the stream that I have already seen. I also don't know where the demo ends. I heard it's like you do a few of the in-game days of the calendar, and you can spend those however you want, doing daily tasks of Persona stuff, essentially, one thing or another. So, and yeah, hello everyone else is joining. Sonic Sama, Stacy UK, Harosliv. Duxman is saying that Astro and Erdtree are the only other ones that gotten that high. Very exciting for Metaphor. Yeah, that's crazy. Erdtree and Astro bot are the only other ones this year that gotten that high, which is amazing considering the high level of games that we've gotten this year. Was Final Fantasy VII also on that list, or was it? I actually don't know what the score Final Fantasy VII has. I guess the score might change a bit by community input, depending on how that's received later in the day. Okay, Rebirth was 92. Okay, so it's very close behind, but the fact that this one's scoring higher than Final Fantasy VII is really really promising to me. I've been telling people, and it's very gratifying to see exactly how well the reviewers and Metacritic specifically is starting to rate this game. I also rate it very highly thus far too. I've been toiling away trying to get a video done for it. So I'm a bit tired. Big surprise being on stream. But yeah, that was something that I really wanted to work on first and foremost. Most of it is done. I still need to work a little bit more on it, and then it needs to get approved, and then it'll go up. Essentially, it's a more or less something that's going to be sponsored, so that might come across as like, oh no, he's going to be saying all these nice things about it because they paid. No, I'm genuinely people are going to be, or the team was saying that I should be able to do this one because I can generally speak about it from a place of actual, you know, experience with the series. Well, not the series, I guess the company rather, as I talk about this game in a glowing preview. I guess it's not a review, not an official review, because I don't have enough time for it. You also don't want to make a sponsorship into a review. That's kind of weird. But yeah, yeah, I mean, if we have nothing else to talk about in a little while, we can go ahead and probably boot that up, and I'll try to get through what I can as far as the demo is concerned. So, but that depends on what everyone else is feeling too. I mean, I know people are waiting to see what else happens in the game, and I'm just curious to see where that demo ends. But I think most of it today is going to be just me grinding it out a bit in the mine. We're in the mines right now, so. But yeah, I made a post earlier today how Atlus is totally just killing it this year. They put out Persona 3 Reload, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, and now Metaphor is coming this week. And I know like two of those are essentially, I mean, SMT5 Vengeance is basically a whatchamacallit, it's not a re-release, it's an expanded version of their usual titles. So maybe it doesn't count some more than others, but Persona 3 Reload definitely does. I mean, that's a full-on remake, an amazing remake. And then we got a completely new IP with Metaphor, so. Oh yeah, and they also publish Unicorn Overlord too. Yeah, they've been busy this year. Super busy. And all of them have been great games. I played all four of these games thus far this year. And they are or have been fantastic. So it's looking good for Atlus right now. Atlus and they're really carrying Sega right now. But I think that by the end of the year, you know, obviously some opinions may change and sway, but I think we'll see a lot of Atlus games reaching people's top games of the year, hopefully. Because yeah, people are saying Unicorn Overlord was their game of the year. Persona 3 Reload is still up there for me personally. Just love seeing that game get a highlight and kind of, you know, pulling away from Persona 5 a bit finally, to give the other series or the other games in the series some highlights. And then we got, yeah, Metaphor is going to be, I know it's going to be something special. I know people are going to start talking about it. It's a new IP, so people are kind of like wary on it, or like, oh, it's another JRPG, but the pedigree behind it is incredible. Being able to meet some of the people that worked on the game too, this is an honor, man. It's great to see those creative minds. 'Cause it's funny, you don't ever see these people that work on these games, like pretty much ever, especially not in person. And just casually seeing them walk past you in the hotel you're sitting at, and just like, whoa, it's just like they're really here. And likewise, they don't really ever get to see us either. Like the people that they make the games for, they never get to see, you know, they were kind of walking around, I think, while we were playing, and they never get to see anyone reacting to the things that they make firsthand, like first time reactions just there. So we got to talk a little bit with those developers too before the event ended, and there was a translator there, and we were all just kind of chatting and talking about, oh yeah, your work is so inspirational, and we love the stuff that you do, and that you work on some of my favorite games, and you know, it was a very wholesome moment between creators and consumers. So, I mean, we're just people that play games. Honestly, there's nothing too special about us. You know, we don't make these games; we just talk about them. So, it's a unique place to be in. Oh yeah, super dang awesome unicorn gang. Hello, he's saying Yakuza isn't carrying Sega like it used to. Yeah, they're trying. Like they're getting a lot of games out there, but yeah, that's something that I've noticed is that it doesn't really have the pool. I don't think that the other ones are, and I definitely want to give Yakuza a try. Iwami is coming out soon, so yeah, that's something that I really hope that I can get into as well. But there's so many series I need to try and get into. Trails in the Sky, we got the little remake, which I think is going to get talked about more as time comes along. But yeah, the Legend of Heroes is a series I still need. I have the original one on this computer. I forget how or for who, someone gifted it to me on Steam, and I still need to play it. Maybe I'll tinker around with that at some point on stream. But yeah, it's great to see a full year of Atlus and not catering to Persona 5. There's bits of Persona 5 in Persona 3 and in Metaphor, so you know we can't fully escape it entirely, but you know that's the legacy that it has. It's not fully about that, so I'm glad it's getting Metaphor's gonna get a lot of time to get the spotlight, at least towards the end of the year. I'm glad there's enough time pushing between now and the end of the year for people to really consider their game of the year from now until then, because there's still a lot of games coming out this year. It's crazy. We got Mario Party, Mario and Luigi Brothership, other stuff. It's busy. Sonic-san was hoping that they bring back Etrian Odyssey. Oh yeah. Watch, we'll get Persona Q or Q2, and we'll deal with it that way. The Etrian Odyssey equivalent. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not selling my talents short. We're just I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like reviewers and whatnot, like content creators, like unless we're actually making the games out there, you know, we're just there to help spread the good word of titles that we really love. And I'm doing the best I can with Metaphor. I'm doing the best. I really am. There's some really interesting things I've been seeing in there. My talents are very low. Oh my goodness. Do you know any other projects, any other P5 projects that aren't Persona P5X right now? I don't think so. I think that's the only one that's Persona 5 related, and that's just a mobile title. So I don't really know any other things that they're working on right now. I think that's it. Oh, let's see. Hey there, Wataniac, how's it going? Did you play Vengeance or Vanilla SMT5? Yeah, I have Vengeance. I actually earlier this year I saw the steelbook available for sale, and I was like, I'll get the steelbook of that game. So I've played that a bit. Not to its completion. It's a long game still too, but I played a good amount of it as well. And yeah, I mean, there's something about, I guess, the SMT format that makes it harder for me to get through it, because it's definitely more focused on gameplay. You know, they kind of throw you right in, whereas Persona is a bit more story focused, and still has that complexity. But that's why I'm fascinated with Metaphor. It's like combining the two together. So it has the amount of story that I'm looking for in a title like that, but there's also a whole bunch of like complexity with the battle system as well. because of course you have the archetypes, which is essentially a job system. Any game with a job system is scary and fascinating to me, because I'm always afraid that I'll build my characters wrong. But I think it's very easy to use, if that makes sense. There's a mechanic of team up attacks, essentially synthesis skills, which you can use in conjunction with, depending on what archetypes or what job classes are in your party, and that can shape your strategy a whole bunch. But yeah, see, I'm already talking about stuff that you won't see until the game comes out. But yeah, the game is rough with Tania. It's like, it's kicking me in the butt right now. I don't know how much more I'll be able to handle, but I mean, the world, the characters, it's very fascinating. First boss died like 5 times. Yeah, that sounds just about right. SMT does not kid around. I still remember playing on my 3DS, Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the first time, and great game. I love it. I remember getting the was it the collector's edition back then? What is it? It's right here, actually. Oh, I don't know why I picked up that one. Oops. We'll pick that up later. I remember, yeah, the special copy got like an entire like digital. This is a really strange book that it came with. It's a design book, it's an art book, but it's also a strategy guide. It just kind of came with a strategy guide, and I used it to try and get to where I am now, but then I remember somewhere I just got entirely lost for a while, and then the game got spoiled for me, so I put it down for a good time. But even this game, that first area, I was getting killed over and over again in the first area. And then after you game over a few times, then it unlocks a easier difficulty. I can't tell if I should have considered that a insult or not. They have such crazy, weird, exotic worlds that it's very memorable in that sense. But boy, is it a lot harder than Persona. And I think they're finding a balance with that and Persona, SMT and Persona with Metaphor. So essentially, if you ever wanted to play Persona with a more fantasy setting, like, this is the game to get. This is the game to at least try. No. Yeah, if you want to try Shin Megami Tensei 5, 4, 5 Vengeance, expect it to kind of have some teeth to it early on. Do not be afraid to do a lower difficulty in that game. It is mostly gameplay focused though. So if you're more of an enjoyer of, like, you know, the more relatable stories, then I would definitely go that direction with you know, stick with Persona and whatnot. Nocturne does not play around. This SMT series is like, it's like the hardcore series, and then you have somewhat more casual series for Persona players, which I mean, I don't knock it against either. I play both, so. There's people doing yard work. I hope you don't hear that. I did not close my window all the way because it's been hot. It's been a heat wave, and my room is still cooling off. How hot is it today? It's our weekly checkup. It is cooling down finally. We're not in the 90s anymore. Thank God. Every day since Thursday said the heat wave was going to end that night, and then Friday night, and then Saturday night, and then Sunday night. Just like, stop. Leave me alone. But yeah, as Professor Monk is saying, for me as well, I need a really good story to keep me going in RPGs. So don't know if you'll be able to get through an SMT game. Yeah, you know, the story for Shin Megami Tensei 4 is actually quite fascinating. I think they kind of found it became a little bit more dry in 5 in some cases, but I really like the characters in the setting in 4. I think because you actually are traveling with other human characters in that game. 5, you're kind of stranded. It's just you and a couple buddies. But the the other characters in your cast in 4, I think that makes it a lot more approachable to me. Yeah. There's an aspect of it in 4 that got me like, whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, I think 4 definitely holds up better. I still like 4 more than 5. But yeah. Oh man, the outfits that they wear, you can't see it. Okay, hold on, wait. Let me pull up. Okay, so these outfits in Shin Megami Tensei 4, I adore these outfits so much. These uniforms. In Shin Megami Tensei, no, Persona 5. Persona 5 had DLC in which all your characters could wear these outfits, and when you wear these outfits, it also changes the battle theme to this game. I use that so much. I really adore those outfits and the way that just the entire game just pretty much became SMT5 in battle because all the Phantom Thieves just wore these outfits instead. And that's also going to be outfits available in Metaphor. That's awesome. So I think it's also going to change the battle music to SMT4 as well. I got the special edition for Metaphor, so that's going to come with it. I think it's extra DLC if you want to get it after the fact. But yeah, all the legacy costume outfits from Persona 5 to Persona 1 and also some other SMT games. You can dress as the Nahobino, well, not Nahobino, but the main character's school outfit with that really cool floral design from SMT5 as well. So they're paying respect and tribute to what came before it, but it'd be really funny to hear music like from Persona like 3, 4, and 5 in that game. But yeah. Sorry, Snoopy. I'm sorry you've been cooking in over 100 degrees Fahrenheit over there. Oh, we've had to deal with that already. It's finally cooled down a bit, at least. What's he saying? They had outfits for SMT4 and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, didn't they? I think so. I think Tokyo Mirage Sessions had some weird selections for outfits. I think one of them, like, obviously we had Joker for the main character, but also I think one character, yeah, just Toma, because the way they did outfits was that each individual character got something unique from a different point in the series. But I definitely put Toma in that outfit for a long time. Let's see. There's one, I think, was it Tsubasa that had the girl from Persona Q, the blonde girl, which was a choice. And then who else was it? Somebody had a outfit from Garrick Mach Monastery from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Just the randomest selection of outfits that they chose for their from both series. Although I think most of the outfits were definitely from Atlus games. I'm looking for images, not for... Yeah, let's see here. The demonic replica for Yashiro. Yeah, that was this SMT one from back then too. Is that what they call it back then? The one from Omori was the 3 Houses outfit. Sister Lionheart, I guess that was the Blue Lion outfit reference, because she essentially looks like the one that Ingrid wears, like specifically. There's someone there for sure. Oh, Tokyo Mirage Sessions was Professor Bong's first Atlus title. It's a really good one to start with. I know not everyone's down with the whole idol theme and J-pop and all that stuff, but it is a Shin Megami Tensei Light, essentially. That is a good one to start with to see if you're okay with that style of game. And then the real hardcore one is TMS. Oh no, SMT, that's the reverse. That's the thing. Like, not everybody is able to get into these games the right way. I think if you jump into the deep end with a Shin Megami Tensei game, uh, you're kind of giving yourself the wrong impression of, you know, everything that Atlus works on, because there's also other games that are turn-based RPGs or other RPGs like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. There's Soul Hackers. There's, you know, Digital Devil Saga. There's obviously Tokyo Mirage Sessions is another one. So it's hard to recommend which one to jump into, but I guess now at this point, Persona is the safe series for sure. Thank you so much to Stephen Parker for following. Welcome. We're just kind of chatting right now and contemplating whether or not I actually start doing the rest of the Metaphor demo. Because the game's coming out soon, and I may or may not already have the means to talk about other parts of the game, so I don't want to accidentally say anything that I shouldn't while playing the said demo. So we'll see. First time chat from TGamer101 saying, "Hey Daniel, did you experience any issues with Plucky Squire? I'm bug locked in chapter 9 with the stop stamp bug." Oh my goodness, I've heard a lot of people having various issues with it. We ran into a couple on stream. There was one where I did in fact soft lock and I had to reset it within the game itself. But other than that, there wasn't really any issues other than just like performance issues, frame rates, weird occurrences of things like the UI will pop up in strange places where it shouldn't. And so I'm just kind of like, what do I pick up here? But otherwise, the Switch version I think has the most issues. The others have their own problems as well, but I think they're very aware of this, and there's no patch yet. They're working on one right now, I think, because those are known issues. So if you haven't played the game, anyone out there, don't worry about playing it right now. They're still fixing it up a bit. Tuxbane also says, yeah, TMS is a great entry point. Way better when you don't constantly compare it to other Atlus stuff. People always, I mean, this is just because of how dang popular the series is now, but they're gonna compare everything to Persona. It's funny to think that Metaphor is closer to Persona than Shin Megami or than Tokyo Mirage Sessions is. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I mean, when you abbreviate it, TMS is just SMT backwards. That was very intentional. And yeah, it's because it's a light game. It's light. The only real comparison to Persona is like, I don't know, the map or something. The way they use the map. Even like when you're doing social stuff, that's just the Fire Emblem support ranks, because it goes from C to B to A. That's essentially all it is. It's just formatted in a 3D format. There's no like ranks. There's no like, oh, you answered this question in a certain way and you get more bond. No, it's just the way it is. But yeah, because it's so lighthearted and happy, and this is the era in which they're really making the transition to really playing with the UI and making it look bright and colorful and popping out. Yeah, it has a strong Persona 4 vibe to it, for how light and cheery that it is. And also, yeah, Persona 3 Reload might be the best starting point now too. Yeah, I'll point people to Persona 5 or Persona 3 Reload if they want to get into Atlus games, or Tokyo Mirage Sessions, because now you can play all of these. Well, now you can not Persona 3, but you can play most of them on the Switch at this point, which is really nice. So I'm hoping that Persona 3 Reload gets that power boost it needs by the Switch 2, and it can play on there as well. So been thinking about that a lot now too. How with the way graphics are with the PS5 Pro, it really made me think like we've reached the upper echelon. We've have plateaued on just how much we can actually advance graphics in this day and age, and there's not much else we can do aside from like minuscule things, because technology can only keep up so much. Like, you need an advanced TV to play these sort of things, and like from there it's like, where do you go after when you do the PS6 eventually? Like, how much further is that gonna go beyond? Because they've always put such a heavy emphasis on visuals that the things that make it stand out now are like the haptics in the PS5 DualSense. That's the big thing. And there's only a few games like Spider-Man 2 or the Astrobot games that really, you know, start to make use of that in a very intentional way. But then you have the Switch, and you're like, the graphical jump that system is going to make going into Switch 2 is going to be it's going to be noticeable. People are going to be like, oh hey, look, Nintendo's games look this much better now. And this is where I think Nintendo is playing the long game, and that's working out to their benefit, because now people are going to put more eyes on the successor, I think, because that hopefully that's going to be doing a lot more different innovations than PS5 Pro. You know, I'm hoping it doesn't change too much. I mean, the format is fine as it is. Handheld console is definitely something I don't want them to stray away from. Just kind of do the same thing but make it stronger. But that's all it really needs to do at this point, you know. Make it so that more titles can be ported over, more visual fidelity can be achieved at this point. But yeah, good afternoon, freaking Fozitron. Thank you for showing up today and saying hello. We are just chilling out and chatting at the moment. I like how I think there's more people here when I just chat than when we're actually playing a game. Who's listening to me talk? I wonder. I honestly am just rambling today. I had no plan. There were no plans today. I guess Metaphor was one of the plans, which we still might do at some point if everyone really wants me to. But I'm just, you know, I'm tired. I woke up not too long ago and I'm just like, you know, I don't want to just, you know, leave this hanging. We should chill out and chat a bit. Professor Bonk is saying, why do we really need this stuff when half of all console games are still developed for the previous console, if not more? Yeah, you know, it's like, when you look at it, most games on PS5, you can also just play elsewhere, or on the PS4. Like, maybe we didn't need to enter the next console generation. Maybe the PS4 could have lasted as long as the PS2 did. We had a PS2 for a very long time. And we didn't need another console for a while, you know? I don't even know what we're doing at this point. The game industry, it's in some instances doesn't really know what direction it's heading in, and that's kind of scary at some. But I feels like it's interesting right now, because it feels like now, like the other, like we still talk about the big three, even though they're all kind of diverging and doing their own things now. But Sony and Microsoft kind of feel like they're now on the back pedal, and Nintendo is just, it's in limbo. People are just waiting to see what are they going to do next, because we already know we're going to see a reveal of that within the next year. But my goodness, what in the world are we gonna see from this next console, this successor? I should put that in front of every video that I do until it comes out. Just a splash screen right in front. This video will not contain any news on the successor to the Nintendo Switch. Although Nintendo might get mad at us for being cheeky with them. Stacy's saying we'll find out tomorrow if your Switch 2 10. Oh yeah, you had a prediction about 1010 last week. I remember that. We'll see. There's got to be something coming out soon too. Every now and then we'll have some insider knowledge, not huge news or anything, but some things before it comes out. I think the biggest thing we've known thus far in our little circle is like, oh, they might show this game at the next Direct or Sony PlayStation State of Play. But yeah, they're really keeping everything about the Switch 2 under wraps for the most part. I hope we hear something soon. Bullmouse X, hello, saying happy belated Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Early Access Day. Oh, I know Brandon and Steve are going to be on that as much as they possibly can. I was definitely into Dragon Ball for a good while. Gosh, that was my go-to when Toonami was on constantly as a kid. Every evening, that evening block from like 5 to 7, it was so good. That was something to come home to and watch. That got me into anime. And Dragon Ball was at the top of it all. really sad that the voice actor who did like all those announcements, like next time on Dragon Ball Z, I'm really sad that he passed away. Man, what a legend. Saying that the standard edition for DB Sparking Zero comes out this Thursday. Digitally pre-order the standard edition. Oh my goodness. Man, I'm intimidated by any kind of fighting game at this point. Like, I gave Street Fighter 6 a fair shot, and I'm just like, oh boy, I am definitely lower in skill to so many people who've been playing Street Fighter for years. I appreciate the accessibility options they have, but man, that's not a game I'll probably ever, you know, truly excel at to talk about it with other people. I still gotta try Marvel though. I kind of want to get physical Marvel Fighting Classic Edition, the collection, Fighting in Collection. Then you have Bonk saying, yeah, Monolith Soft setting up an R&D for when their developments become large scale. Like they weren't large scale already. Man, did you see that Monolith Soft 25-year anniversary? Showing like Bad Kaitos was one of the first games. That was a power move. But oh my goodness, yeah, that was so cool seeing the main protagonist from the Xenoblade Chronicles series just kind of all together. And then you have Cosmos there too. Very cool. Oh my goodness. I want to know where they got to be doing something with Xenogears, right? Right? They tease Cosmos so much. Xenosaga, Xenogears, there's got to be something. Because people have such an interest in that now too. Like, that is, they could expand upon that universe so much more now. But yeah, that would take it would be an endeavor, but I know they can do it. Don't fight Steve and I'll be okay. I'll try not to get into any fights with Steve. Get smacked around real easily. Oh. We're doing our best. Let me close this actually. We have so many things open. Xenosaga has several different games in it, right? Yeah, there's like, man, there's different episodes, and then the Xenogears, and there's just a lot, man. Yeah, that's on my long list of series that I need to get into and be involved in, but it's also a game that's also very long. There's too many. Here I am trying to finish like old legacy titles too on the side. I barely finished Zelda Echoes of Wisdom within the week that it came out because I knew Metaphor was going to take up a lot of my time. Bulbmouse picked up a PS2 copy of Xenosaga Episode 1 on PS2 for $25 on eBay. Oh, Xenosaga Episode 1. Yeah, that's a fair price. There's what's it called? It's literally just what it is, huh? It's the video game store downstairs. It's over in San Jose. I went there the other week because my mom and I we had a lunch out there for her birthday out in San Jose, and like 2 blocks away was this retro game store that I know I saw it on Kid and Chris's videos like maybe a few months ago at this point now. So I wanted to pay them a visit and just see, like, it was crazy. That's the busiest retro game store I've ever seen. Like, there were actually people busily coming in and out. It's so nice to see that retro game stores can still be that, you know, that poppin', and titles were expensive. So I saw, what was it? Oh gosh. Now I'm blanking on the title. What the heck was the Skies of Arcadia? That's what it was. Skies of Arcadia for the GameCube was there for like $125. I'm just like, oh god. And the guy's like, yeah, we get that reaction a lot because that's a very sought after one for the PS5, for the GameCube. Also on GameCube was Metal Gear Solid 2 Twin Snakes, which was also like what, like $80 to $100 or so. So expensive. But there's like whole sections for Wii, for PS3, for Xbox, and then there's like GameCube, Super Nintendo, N64, Famicom, Super Famicom. Didn't really find anything that I wanted to get, but I did pick up a little guy there. This is where he came from. This Link. They were used in a used box, so he was a little cheaper than usual. But the Nendroid for this Link was also it was just there, and you see he has the Master Sword here. So this Master Sword, he doesn't come with the Master Sword. I have actually, she's back there somewhere. You can see in the very tip of my finger, an Nendroid for Zelda as well from Breath of the Wild, and she came with the Master Sword. That's how they get you. They'll come with accessories for other characters in the same series, and so now I have a Master Sword with this Nendroid of Link finally after years. But yeah, retro game stores, they're always a fun place to visit. I recommend visiting one whenever you can, and just seeing what's there. The ones I look for, they're never there. I'm still looking for Ribbit King for GameCube. People are like, what the heck is Ribbit King? It's a frog golf game. It doesn't sound appealing at all, probably. A lot of people probably have not heard of it, but I really enjoy that game, and I wish I had it physically. You can find it on PS2 for a cheaper cost, but of course it's the GameCube one that costs a whole bunch. Crazy. Frolf, not frisbee golf. It's frog golf, so it's Frolf. Yeah, I've never really owned that one myself. I played it secondhand, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could have this one. Finding used games at a rental place or at any used game store is just, it always makes you so happy. Man, it's been like over 10 years or something, like years and years since I was at a retro game store and I found Banjo-Tooie on N64. I never got that game myself. I have Banjo-Kazooie, but not Tooie. I've always rented it. I've always rented Banjo-Tooie so many times because I love that game. And yeah, even today I'm just like, man, I'm really glad I found that at the store, because now you can't really find that at a decent price. So if you ever go to a retro game store, I mean, give it a shot. Just take a look. I was at one in New York as well. Also, it's also just hard to find, the things that we need to, or that we really want to collect. And thankfully, the group I was with humored me to go visit that place. It was really a good time to just spend with others. I think now you hear there's a leaf blower outside. I'm sorry. The window is slightly cracked because I don't want to suffocate in here. Wataniac is looking for another copy of 007 Agent Under Fire and Nightfire Primal Rage on the SNES. Oh man. Yeah, I need to have like a community in which we list out retro games that we're looking for, and just so we can like look for it for others and just buy them and get them for other people and send them over. I need to make like a community like that on Discord. That'd be fun. I know Xeon does that all the time. Going to retro game stores, finding new things that we never really, think to look for anymore. One day, I'll find Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. That is such a rare copy of a game. I don't know if they exist. I really want to find Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. People don't really know that there's a sequel to that on the N64. The first one is well known, and Bomberman Hero is the most common one, I think. But there were 3 Bomberman games on the N64, and that one is like my golden goose. I always ask him when we go to retro game stores at the N64 section, do you have this? Maybe they'll have the other ones, but not this one. Boldmouse found a copy of Soul Calibur 3 and PS2 for $12 at a local game store. Oh my gosh. I want to find Soul Calibur 2 for GameCube. Also very hard to find. Any Soul Calibur 2 I think is hard to find these days. Oh yeah, Vash played that recently on stream too, huh? I know nothing of that game, and I've remained completely ignorant of that game because I want to experience it myself. Yeah. The second attack, I remember reading articles on it in Nintendo Power. The second attack has like elemental bombs, which I think is really cool. Like wind bombs that can launch you, and like electric bombs for puzzle solving and whatnot. I'm a sucker for elemental type stuff in games. Always have been. Maybe one day. I hope that any games that you all are looking for, retro or not, you'll be able to find them someday. Because they're hard to find now. Collectors are like scooping these up and they're like selling it for way more expensive than they should. But let me look up right now. Bomberman 64, the second attack. If I go to shopping, let's see. First one I see is like $224 on eBay. Well, I guess that is with the box and everything. Oh my goodness. I can find it for... In Japan, it's a lot cheaper. Looking for an American copy, it's a little difficult. The audacity of this person selling the manual, the box, and the game for $1,200 on eBay. It's also pre-owned. What are you people doing? Why? Does anyone buy things from, what is it called? Mercari? Is that what it's called? Mercari. I've considered at times buying from Mercari, and I'm just like, is this a legit website? I should try doing it more often. Oh, this is the Japanese version. Gosh dang it. And it's still that expensive. Oh, look, the manual for $20. Thanks. You get the manual for 20, I guess. Here, let's click on this right now. Is this legitimate? The second attack. Oh, this is an advertisement. This isn't even the manual. This is just an advertisement, like piece of paper that got cut out. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. The Japanese version is always like $20. And then I get excited and I'm like, oh, $20, $30. And that's the original Bomberman 64, like the original other one, or Bomberman Hero. Oh, okay. Snoopy's done Mercari before, so I should give it a shot more often. I've used the most obscure thing I've done is go on buyye.com, and I bought my physical edition of Fire Emblem 6. It's Roy's game, and a bundle of Fire Emblem. It's New Mystery of the Emblem and Fire Emblem Genealogy: The Holy War together. I've gotten 3 of them physical. I want to get all the Fire Emblem games physically, and I'm not that far off. I guess I could look for the original Shadow Dragon in Gaiden, the Fire Emblem 1 and 2 physically. That would be not that expensive. I just gotta find it. And then Thracia, and then I'll have all the copies physically. I've never once bought anything Fire Emblem digitally. I have the Special Fates edition that has all 3 in one cartridge. I got the special edition for Engage. I didn't get the special edition for Three Houses. I kind of regret that now because of how popular that game became. And I have like physical Fire Emblem Warriors on 3DS, on Switch, and Three Hopes as well. So I guess you can count Tokyo Mirage Sessions if you want, but yeah, everything's physical right now. How much does Thracia go for? Oh, let's take a look on good old internets. So if we wanted to be crazy and go on like, you know, usual eBay or other such places, first one I find on eBay used pre-owned for Thracia 776 is $384. Okay. English reproduction box. This is so. Whenever I see the English reproduction boxes of Thracia in like a typical Super Nintendo cartridge, it's always like really cheap. I guess because they're essentially selling a ROM. So yeah. It's more affordable than Path of Radiance. That's right. eBay. No, I want the actual. What is this? Oh, this is a set. There's a set on eBay which is for all the Super Nintendo ones. So new mystery, Thracia, and genealogy, all together for $650. Even individually, that's like $215 or something for each one. I think my best shot is going to Baiyi. But then I have to like be able to actually search up the game itself. Baiyi. Which I do recommend that if you're looking for imported things. It's been very helpful for me. I'll even advertise Mercari here. Okay, yeah, they're probably legitimate. Very legitimate. More so than I'm giving myself than I should believe. How do I search this one again? I always search it by its Japanese name. Fire Emblem. No. Watch. What comes up and how much is it? Well, it's in yen, so it's a little hard to gauge, but is this legitimate? Let's see. Well, this is also like a website where you're like doing auctions and whatnot. Let's see. Super Famicom software, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem. This is a used item, so please be sure to read and agree to terms of continuous purchasing. It's just a physical cartridge of New Mystery of the Emblem on Baiyi, and being sold for 300 yen. This is so funny. It's just the physical copy, no box or anything. It's just the physical copy of Mystery of the Emblem. It is being sold for 300 yen, and that is $2.13. You're pretty much paying essentially shipping and whatnot. I want to get the I mean, I already have this game, so I'm not gonna buy it obviously, but mine had the box included with it as well, and then the box with Thracia. So that's a bit different. But yeah, that was the first thing that came up on Baiyi, but with all this other stuff that's here too. Okay, here we go. Oh man, that's not promising. I found Thracia on this website. So Fire Emblem, Thracia 776, Super Famicom. That comes with like the box, the packaging, and the game itself. 45,000 yen, which is essentially $318, so that's not any better. It has everything though. It's scary because the longer that this is a thing where people are collecting them, the harder it is to find these games at a reasonable price. A lot of cipher cards here too, and amiibo, Ike plushie. Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade. Oh, this is the instruction manual. Sorry, this turned into Daniel looking up deals and prices. We'll do something else in just a moment, but I'm just so curious as to how much this is right now. Player cards. there's a Tsubasa cipher card. That one's cute. Now we're just in the cipher territory. I think people really want to sell the cipher cards on here. But yeah, I think if I just click on this. Oh, let me untranslate. Now I can't search for the game. Yeah, that's usually how much it's going for these days. Let me do one more search. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Famicom. Be hard to find like the box. Well, maybe not. Let me see. Okay, well, let's see. Fire Emblem. Okay, so is this both? Hold on. The two Famicom games. Tell me if you think this is a good deal. So it's Fire Emblem. Both of the ones for the Famicom. So it's the very first one, Shadow Dragon, and then the sequel, Gaiden. So that what would become Shadows of Valentia. So those two games in box, I believe. Is this the box? Or just the manual? Oh, okay, I don't think it's the box for Gaiden. But both of these games on NES on eBay for $70. Yeah, I don't think... Okay, so yeah. Shadow Dragon has the box and the cartridge, but Gaiden has just the cartridge and the manual. You can probably find the box itself. Welcome to Good Vibes Gaming Mart. Sorry for ignoring everyone. Maybe I'll save this for later. How long is this available for? I feel like I'm in a very sane portion of eBay where it's not like $100,000 to buy something. Yeah. Oh, this is in nice condition. I'm so... I'm not in the best place to like buy like crazy, so I'm not trying to get too much. But this is at least a sane price for a thing you can't find anymore very often. Anyways, I'll look at this more later. I don't know how I got so... I shouldn't be getting this deep into this. Oh, I guess there's also the physical version of New Mystery of the Emblem for DS. Oh man, that's another one too, huh? I've played it, I just don't have it. New Mystery of the Emblem. That can't be that expensive, right? That can't be a lot. Oh, that's just the box? How dare you? I feel betrayed every time I look at this and there's just the box itself. Don't you just hate that? Like, oh wow, it's so affordable, and then it's just box and game not included. What's the point? I guess if you have... It's fair. If you have them separate, you can just buy them separately and put them together that way. Which I've seen people do before. Game not included. Game not included. Like, gee, thanks. Oh, I could buy it sealed for $210. That's just great. In hindsight, I probably should have put this on the screen so we could all check it out together. I'm sorry. At the very least, I'm happy that I got the physical edition of Shadow Dragon with the English translated ROM put on the Switch before that became unavailable. It died on Mario Day. Not the actual Mario Day, but the March 31st, and with the other games that became unavailable too. What a time. We live in a time of exclusive and limited opportunities, don't we? That's sad. I'll think about this one though. Probably really easy to find just the box itself, huh? Okay, yeah, it's also available on the Mercari website, which I probably should consider trying at least once. Oh, this is a good condition, actually. Is the game inside? Oh, it is. We have options. Oh gosh, the shipping though. The international shipping though. Oh, it hurts. When shipping is like half the cost, it's like $18 to ship one tiny box. But yeah. You know what's funny is that that cartridge, do I have it nearby? It's somewhere over here, but that special edition of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon with the acrylic, it's so funny because during that time I was working at a place where I essentially made those kind of acrylics. Like I could make that if I had the tools and the shape of the acrylic, I can make that myself. It's really funny. The engraving on the side for like the little ridges on the NES cartridge, and also the sublimation of the paint, the color paint job on it too. It's so funny. I was like, oh yeah, I could have made this at work, where I used to work. I have so many tabs open now. Oh my goodness, what are we doing anymore? What is happening? How long we've been streaming for? Like an hour. I hope I'm not dropping frames here. Oh boy. Keep it together, OBS. Don't die on me right now. I have some weird issues with my bitrate recently. I gotta figure out how to make sure that doesn't continue to happen. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I've actually not done that today. Thank you, Zill Spirits. Just because I'm not playing a game doesn't mean you shouldn't hydrate. Please have some water, everyone. Dino Pulse Data, hello. We're doing a chill stream and thought you'd join in. Yeah, I might boot something up soon. We've been here for an hour now, but I haven't really done much else. We'll see. Jacob says, according to... Oh, Twitch decided to blur that. Your game collection has gone down in value 13% since last April. Yes, since games have been less inflated than they were, which is cool. That's good for people that want to collect these for sure. It's really a fight between those that are scalping them up and selling for exuberant prices and those that just want to collect their favorite games and have a collection together. Brandon is also working towards getting a full physical Monster Hunter collection as well. We try to find I when I can, I try to look for Monster Hunter as well when I'm out there. I need a list of which ones he has and doesn't have so I can tell him if I find anything. But yeah. Stacey K saying some kind soul gave you one of their legit Jason David Frank. Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So you don't have to risk getting one from scammers from eBay. Oh, that's so nice.
Daniel, are you gambling again?
I love it when people are just so generous like that. I think, I've never been gifted a game before in that way. To bring up Xeon again, I remember when I saw, I think it was after he did the Mother Forever video, and he did that whole like hour-long or so documentary on Mother 3, and just the Mother series in general. The crew gave him the physical edition of Earthbound, which was crazy. I mean, they're stupid expensive no matter where you go, but that was so nice. Dino's asking, how are things been? Been a bit delayed at the moment. PC and Wi-Fi cards sometimes worse to sell depending on having a good internet. I've been having that issue too. I'm dropping some frames apparently. My bitrate is kind of crazy ever since I got this new computer. So I hope I don't like stutter or dip in and out sometimes, because I can't tell from this end. The stream never actually dies, so I need to find a way to stabilize this. I'll ask soon. Frequent is asking, am I gambling again? You know what? When you're on eBay, it's always a gamble. When you're checking things out on eBay and you're like, oh, maybe I could get this for this price, but maybe it's cheaper if I wait longer for this one or that one, or maybe I should scoop this up now. Online retail and secondhand buying, it's always a gamble. Oh yeah, I was stuttering recently. I think it's okay now. I dropped some frames, but I think we're okay at the moment. We got the Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection, meaning you don't have to pay 100 or 200 for a Dreamcast or PS2 copy. Yeah, that's a relief. The fighting game collections have been going crazy lately. Just Capcom and SNK in general have been like going nuts with this stuff. Crossovers and bringing back old titles and new titles into series. It's been a great year for the fighting game community. Official GVG, what are you doing here? How you doing? Brandon, I miss you. You want to chat together? How much break do you have? Danapos is saying, to be fair, you've had the current game PC since 2012 and been most reliable minus the Wi-Fi card. Oh yeah, I've had some PCs for a while. The one I had before this was a small little thing that was, unfortunately, I asked too much of it, I think, because of the amount of stuff I have here now. When I started to connect really everything from the mic, the camera, the other components that I added to it now, even like the waveform, the Wave XLR, now a Stream Deck. I'm demanding a lot from the PC at this point. Ah, you're technically on the clock. Okay. But we miss you. It's okay. I know it's been busy. I haven't heard much from Brandon lately these days, and I'm just like, oh man. I hope that everyone out there is just treating you kindly as they can. I have my Discord open. It's so funny, every time I'm streaming I get some message from somebody on Discord. But yeah, we're working on things in the background. And we hope we can see more of you very soon. Currently on the clock. Yeah, we're just chatting about pretty much anything. I don't know if I will continue playing Metaphor demo for reasons. But at this point, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would do any harm in doing that. I don't think I would get to the end of the demo at this point, but yeah. Waiting for the opportunity to redeem. Oh yeah, that's still on there, huh? Make Brandon say something as Mario. We haven't really done that in a while. We're planning an event soon, I think, with our Nintendo Roundtable. That might have more GVG members on stream within the next couple of weeks or so, depending on the certain time slot that we're getting for this event. So that could be something to look forward to. But yeah, it's hard to time things right now with everybody. Let's see. Hope this music isn't too loud, by the way. I kind of turned it down a bit. It's been so like dang quiet when I've done these lately. I've been just like, we need to have something in the background playing. If you really want me to play more of the Metaphor demo, we're just I guess the boss fight when you enter the mines. Brandon, did you play this too? Have you played the Metaphor demo entirely? What's an impression that I can do? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we need to add something on this list, huh? What's an impression that I can do? Do a... It's not impressive, but you can do like a Mickey Mouse impression. Wow, Sora! Are you ready? I don't know. It's been a while since I practiced that voice. You know, that's right, huh? I haven't really done like any impressions in a long time because I've been afraid of my voice just dying on me. So it's been the Mickey Mouse voice has been really taking a break in the backside. Although I guess it's better that I do that voice in like the deeper, like grittier voices, because that really roughed my throat up back in the day when we were doing a lot of the other stuff. Ryan voice impression. Planning on playing Mario Party on stream? You know, I think leading up to Jamboree, I might just do some chill streams where I play Mario Party 3, the story mode. I just want to chill out, honestly, with Mario Party. And unfortunately, because I don't have many people to stream with together unless we like really coordinate pretty heavily, there's not much single player Mario Party stuff I can do. So okay, so Brandon's been playing. I knew you'd be on that Sparking Zero early access. Very understandable. Yeah, I think there's like a bit of a story mode in Jamboree too. They packed a lot. There's so much in Jamboree that's like packed in from a whole bunch of other games from the Mario Party universe that's in this one. It's crazy. From like the type of items you use to the game modes to single player modes. Some of the items come back from Mario Party 3. There's aspects of Mario Party, like, was it stamps or stickers from Mario Party DS that's in this game? Like, you're taking inspiration from DS? That's crazy. The 20-person mode online, yeah, that mode is a little bit tricky to consider because, like, Mario Party's 20-person online, I think you can only do, like, with, oh my goodness, 8 people with friends. There's no like rooms or lobbies to do 20-person online with, which is kind of a shot in the foot, it feels like. It's like the whole point was to do it with friends, right? You could do it with randoms, but I don't know. Brandon will be making time for Jamboree streaming, or at least really try to. We'll coordinate that for sure. We're gonna get some people together when Jamboree comes out. We'll try and see who wants to play, because I'm sure there's a lot of other streamers that are gonna be playing that as well. Wicked Bowser Jr. hello, saying Mario Party DS is a goated game. It's underrated for sure. I really wish more people would play Mario Party DS. I didn't even play it for like a super long amount of time, but it's really good. Minigames are really good, honestly. It's too bad that we can't get those mini games to come back in too many other Mario parties because of touchscreen. Like they all relied on touchscreen specifically. Man. Release date is coming soon for Jamboree. I begrudgingly reserved my copy at GameStop so I can get a dice block keychain. I always have this dice block. I always have this one at my desk because it looks just like Tumble from Mario Party 3, same color and everything. That dice block keychain is too appealing for me to not have. It's Mario Party season and it's nice. Like 3 years ago, we had the whole Mario Party, like an entire month or so of playing Mario Party with friends and other streamers and content creators and whatnots. And that was fun. That's where we got our first big jump for Good Vibes Arcade, because we had a lot of people that joined us. I remember that was going to be the first time I would have talked to John, but John was too busy with other things at the time. It's also just hard to coordinate scheduling and whatnot for that. As somebody who was doing stuff on Nintendo Life at the time. But yeah, I hope I can do something similar for Jamboree, because I really want to have more people on. But that's the thing, like, this hour is not very opportune for a lot of people to do so, because it's the middle of the day for a lot, at least over here in the American times. Like, it's 1:30 right now. It's kind of a weird time to be streaming if you want to get more people on board. But at the same time, like, I want to move the streaming time to later in the evening. It kind of works out for me better, because I'll actually be awake and not like struggling to get up. Like, just last night I was working on a video pretty hard, and to meet a deadline, and I didn't get as much sleep as I wished to. So I don't know, Tuesday, Thursdays in the evenings. That's the problem, is that I don't know how many of y'all that are here now would be able to make it to the evening time. Whenever Ash streams for, you know, GVG cast, or whenever we stream for GVG cast, or it's just him on there doing Mario Kart and Smash streams, there's always like almost maybe 80 to 100 people on here, and getting those consistent numbers would be ideal if we wanted to get partnered on Twitch, which has been a goal of mine like this whole year. I've been trying to make that happen. Europeans, I'm sorry, Europe. I'm sorry. That's the rough part of it. Like, I don't want to like compromise the people that have been here this whole time during this time block. I mean, there could be just days where I stream entirely at nighttime, leave Tuesdays and Thursdays alone and just stream more days, but that's a little rough in general. I've contemplated with the idea. Yeah, there's always the VODs, but that's the thing. Like, some people just, they're not as into watching the VODs because they get to interact with the people that they watch on stream. So I don't know. I might experiment with that in the coming days, but not coming days, maybe not right away, but maybe around Mario Party time, to see how that works out. Maybe it won't be a permanent thing, but I'll also stay more on top of having the VODs available on stream or on YouTube as well. Marnan is 12 with the first time chat saying, and then about 3 weeks after Jamboree, we have another big Mario game releasing. Oh my goodness, I'm excited for Brothership. I really hope that this also becomes a game that we can remember as, you know, who's knocking? I really hope that Brothership becomes like a really good return to what Mario and Luigi used to be like back on the Game Boy Advance for the first game, where it's just Mario and Luigi. There's no fancy like gimmick or whatnot, or at least as far as we know still. As much as we can tell, we only get like 30-second trailers at this point. But yeah, looking forward to it. Dino Palzeta is saying, the only question, not counting Mario Party and Mario Luigi, when the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, when is it going to be announced? Seems like the only seems the timing of that's been discussion topic as of late. Brandon's been hiding the Switch 2 in his pocket. That's how compact it is. It's going even smaller. I had a really dumb idea for a video series in which I will fold out my own tinfoil hat and just wear it throughout the entire video, and just talk about the obscure things that no one's really else is talking about, that no one's brought up really. Like, one of the ideas is like, why isn't Twilight Princess and Wind Waker available still on the Switch? It's coming to Switch 2 because it's going to have all these features that are clearly going to be on the Switch 2 at this point. And then another one where I'm theorizing how the next Smash Brothers will use Echoes of Wisdom Zelda, and why that should be a thing, why it will be a thing. You know, just being very. My stance is comically firm on these things. It's meant to be like half serious, half not. Like just get my tinfoil hat, like I personally fold out and wear, which would probably be blinding against these lights, but that would still be really funny. Yeah, the prototypes that we've supposedly seen, they look they look pretty legitimate, I would say. Like there's a wear and tear to these factory tested types that, I mean, you wouldn't just make that so easily. I guess that's the extra bit of effort you would have to put into to give that very believably aged look of going through a lot of different types of testing. But yeah, I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see where it is. Just show me what it looks like. Going crazy over here. I'm fixing up my desk. It's a mess over here. It's just a pure mess of stuff on my desk right now. I've never really considered what it would be like if the Switch 2 just isn't a Switch. it's just something entirely different. But saying successor is pretty much identifying that it's going to be something very similar going forward. I need Nintendo to not be doing the Nintendo thing and innovating right now. Just do what you did already. That's what people want. Just give it more power. Let it play the games that we had beforehand. You have a real money maker on you. But you know, that's a weird thing too, because like they should announce it soon, I feel like. But at the same time, if they announce it now, you're also compromising potential sales for what you'll get in this coming holiday, because people can just be like, oh, why would I get a Switch now? The sequel, the successor is coming out, which does all that stuff and more. It's more powerful. But there's also like that worry of there's so many leaks of it out right now anyways, that it feels like at this rate the console itself is going to get leaked beforehand, which has never really been a thing. Like we've never had a situation in which like Nintendo is quote unquote in danger of the entire console being shown off before they can, you know? Like we've seen prototype images and wireframe workings and whatnot of the NX when that was a thing, but that's the closest we got, I believe. Not the same as like someone pulling out a DS of their pocket and showing like, this is the next one. This is it, everyone. Mouse is saying, just realized something. Has it been a year since the remake of The Thousand Year Door was announced alongside me breaking my chair? Are you so fixated on my chair? Yeah, I remember I hopped out and it fell back and the little arm was unhinged. I had to screw some part of it back on. I think it's fine. I've been too scared to like move it around a bit. All I've done is like lift it up like this when I need to squeeze in to fit the green screen behind me. Because there's like no room here for that green screen. But yeah, I gotta zoom this out more often. My plushies are all falling over. KKY. I'm sorry. I never pointed out my keychain list, did I? Or keychain and charm list. Every time I move my closet, the one for Zenless is right here. Zenless Zone Zero little like skateboard. I got this from PAX. One of the things I redeemed with my money, with my Denny's. I still have some of these. Don't tell them. They didn't want us to keep them. Oh man. Mateniak saying, one thing you thought would be a cool possibility is if the Switch 2 used folding glass, that way you can fold and put in your pocket. It's one of the things I miss most about the 3DS. Yeah, being able to just fold it up and put it away, that's so convenient for me still. This is ridiculously protected with the extremely shiny case. But yeah, I am still opening up my 3DS often, partially because there's more software on here now to play with. But yeah, it makes me kind of just miss how perfect this little thing is as a console and something to play with. Yeah, it's all dirty now too. I was playing WarioWare Gold not too long ago. I never got a chance to play WarioWare Gold at launch. What a great little collection. I love how they mix together games from um, just the original, and also from WarioWare Smooth Moves, and implemented it into like touchscreen or tilt controls. I'm using tilt controls. Still waiting for Street Pass to come back. Did you see in my Zelda Link Sleeps video, did you see my hidden message of bring back Street Pass? I love that you can draw on the DS games like that on the map. Oh man, Jahain Skari, I hope I'm saying that right, saying, how's my C6 Farina? She's doing well. She doesn't have her signature weapon, which hurts me right now. All the wishes went to getting the C6, prioritizing that over the weapon, which I'm glad I waited, because now it's easier to get them with the way they've done the wishes for weapons. So the next time that pops up, that'll be my main priority. The update's out now, isn't it? The 5.1. Zolnen. Oh, I can't even say her name. I'm terrible. The new character is coming out today, so I'm gonna try see if I can get her, because I don't have a Kazuha, and she effectively is functioning like one with the shred. So I'm gonna try to get her. Sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about. I know there's a lot of people are like, what's he talking about now? This is a different language. But yeah, she's doing well. Busting up everything with all the teams that I have lately. Zilonen. I've got. There's so many characters that names that start with X. They're starting to all blend together for me. Oh no. Oh. Dino Pulse is saying, of any of the 3DS features other than theme, Street Pass, and the main thing on 3DS that had to be exclusive to it, that'd be awesome to see come back. Yeah, I'm just missing. I'm nostalgic for the 3DS. I went back to get some of the games that I missed out on. Played a round of Star Fox 64 3D. Yeah, WarioWare was on there. I borrowed what was it? Oh yeah, Persona Q, the original Persona Q. I appreciate that one was voiced in English. I've only played Q2, and I thought that for some reason the first Q was also in Japanese only, but no, everyone's voiced. Oh, Sumo got past Incident A in Tales of the Abyss. Oh, now he's super invested? Oh, man. I gotta watch that, too. I always tell myself I'm gonna watch it, and I keep being busy with family or other things at the same time. See, that's the point where it's like, holy moly, where's this game going from here? Where does the game continue from this point? Yeah, that's the point where I want people to get to, and then they're like, oh right, that's a pretty impactful point in the story. Persona Q was back during the Dark Age where Nintendo got none of the mainly Personas, and all we got were spin-offs. Even then, we had a hard time getting spin-offs. We got none of the dancing games. Arena hadn't been out for a while. Didn't come to Switch for a long time too. Yeah. I don't know why I skipped out on the first queue. Maybe I was too busy with other stuff at the time. Persona 5 Tactica was more enjoyable than Q though. Very, very fun playthrough. Oh my goodness, it's been an hour and a half, y'all, and I've just been yapping about just anything. Is there anybody else in this crew that's picking up Metaphor? I wonder. I apologize if we were waiting for a Metaphor playthrough. I'm sorry. I've got other things that I need to take care of involving that right now, so at the very least, maybe we'll see on Thursday if I'll continue it. The demo at least, because at least by then I'll be done with the stuff that I have to do, I think. So I'm not too concerned about doing other things on the side. But yeah, that's on the table. It's also just super warm today too. It just, I'm exhausted. It just wears you out, man. Killing me out here. Oh man. Yeah, anybody out there that's in the Florida area, we have some friends that live out there. Stay safe. The storm's been crazy out there. Mother Nature is angry. We don't ever have to worry about storms out here in like the California region, so usually it's just like what, earthquakes. We don't even like get huge ones anymore, which is good. We prefer all the smaller earthquakes so it gets it out of its system instead. Oh yeah, Persona 5 Strikers is also really good. It's just one of those games that's like, wow, this is basically Persona 5 2, which I think they joked about very early on too. But yeah, I have Persona 3 Portable and 4 on my Switch. Not Royal though, or Persona 5. I got those for the PS4 back in the day. And for some reason, just wanted to get the platinum for both because I have no self-control. Let's see here. Yeah, we're doing more or less a shorter stream today. We're not really gonna do much else right now, I don't think. I've essentially done everything I needed to at the moment, I think. And also I have to go back and finish a video that'll be coming up this week. We'll see how that goes. I am just constantly trying to stay on top of all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I forget how much people appreciate just someone just chatting with them on stream too. Like I never really sit back and tell myself, oh, I need to do this and that. You don't always need to be doing something on stream to just chill out. When is Daniel ASMR streams happening? That'll be a time. Who else is chilling out right now, I wonder? Fidel's streaming Sparking Zero. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty much the length of the stream right now, because we'll I guess we'll set Thursday to do more of the Metaphor demo, like as a lead up to when the game actually releases, for those that are going to be playing it in full. Because that is true. I do need to continue that demo so that I can continue where I left off. So if I have to do it anyways, I'll do it with y'all. What else do I have to talk about? Anybody else? Has anybody else been playing F-Zero 99? That was like the major video I did last week, was just an off the cuff news update for all the F-Zero news coming out. Me and John are like the big F-Zero guys here at GVG, and he fortunately wasn't available enough to do a video for that, so I jumped in and just kind of did it myself. Gosh, seeing the Satellaview content and the fact that we're getting Climax to NSO this week, crazy. Absolutely can't believe that this kind of stuff is coming out all at once. F-Zero is here to stay. I'm trying to unlock all the alternate skin machines in F-Zero 99 as well. That's really hard. It's so difficult, man. Everyone's too good at the Ace League. I just need to get the one for the Golden Fox so I can get the Luna Bomber. But it's hard with that machine because it's so light and gets knocked around so much. You gotta like play really late at nights when there's not many other people playing the game. Because there's like max lobbies right now of people. I was able to do it pretty easily with the other machines, but having a lot of problems with the Golden Fox. I don't know why. Maybe it is a lot lower tier than I expected. Dinos still keeps thinking back to my Nintendo Switch 2 logo mock-up and animation whenever people talk about it. There's people convinced that if the console does end up being called Switch 2, that the magnetic attachment will be part of the logo animation. I got slightly yelled at by Nintendo for doing that logo animation, and we don't know why. Is it closer to the concept than we think it is? I don't know. I'm really curious to see what happens with that. I think it was in an email that Steve had, but that was like one thing that they mentioned. There's like, we're not in trouble or anything, but they said that they'd rather not have us do things like that. Which is like, what do you mean? I'm just speculating over here. I have no insider knowledge. I'm pretty sure, I think he mentioned it somewhere before. I remember Steve mentioned it elsewhere, but no, I'm very much looking forward to see what that becomes logo wise. And when I see that logo, and if it looks like anything that I created myself, I'm gonna flip. But that's also, we also don't know what's gonna be a part of this thing. Is that because you were closer to the actual look and feel of the logo that meets the eye, even if unintentionally? I don't know. I don't know if they just don't want people speculating so that people might think that it's the real deal, or because if it's actually close to the concept that they had in mind. We don't know. It could be one way or the other, but I don't know, it's a little bit telling, I guess. If there's anything that I've learned, it's that we shouldn't do anything that they just don't find acceptable or official. I don't know, it's getting harder, I think, for content creators, because I mean, you've seen on YouTube, there are people who have been doing mods of stuff for Nintendo. They've been getting taken down. Videos and channels have been getting that ripped out, and it's a little scary because I mean, we've had that in the past too. What's going to happen to those videos? Are they going to be able to stay on? Are they going to be asked to be deleted? Which sucks because those are some of our better performing videos. It's funny because we intentionally used that mock-up in the video where, what was it? Which video was it? The product placement video that I did a while back, which is a really long video that I did now that I think about it. Just in the middle of that video, we did a mock presentation or a mock ad for Diddy Kong Racing coming to the NSO on Switch 2. And when I put the Switch 2 logo in front, just kind of snuck it in there. Brandon was very kind to record that whole little bit for me, and also, you know, voice over it as well. I gave like a little script version and just like, here, if you want to adjust this at all, go ahead, feel free to. This is just an idea, and most of it was stuck to onto the script. So yeah, that was a funny little thing. I mimicked the little skip ad in the corner, the little bar that scrolls from the little yellow bar that scrolls from left to right to show how long the video ad is going to be. We can fully produce this ourselves if we wanted to. Like, Nintendo, do you need anyone to promote Diddy Kong Racing actually coming to Switch? We're available. We did the graphics and everything. That's what I miss though. Like, Brandon and I did a lot of great stuff together when we were working at our previous place a couple of years ago at our agency. We did some really awesome tag teaming of designs and mock-ups and animations that I would send over the static version of it so that he could animate. And anytime we do something like that, I'm reminded of the stuff that we did back then in Reset. And I wish there was more opportunities to do stuff together like that more often. But yeah, it's hard these days, you know. I'm still looking around. I'm poking around for a job on the side. It's not really it's not easy at the moment, but I'm still applying. I'm still trying. I need to not live here in this spot anymore. It's draining me mentally as well, so we'll see. Bulb Mouse X has the cartridge of Diddy Kong Racing for Japanese. I could have picked that one up too not long ago. I saw that available at a used game shop, one of the used game shops I was at. I forgot which one. But yeah, there's more Japanese versions of games I wish I could pick up. I picked up Super Mario World for the Super Famicom when I was at PAX. That felt like a worthy thing to pick up because that's pretty much the first game I ever played. And first one that I really invested myself in. The first actual game I remember playing is Sonic 2 on Game Gear. Like, that's the first one I really remember, you know, holding and playing myself. But yeah. Yeah, it's weird with the Nintendo situation for mock-up logos. I guess you don't want to do those very often, but I kind of want to screw around with that on social media regardless. Like, I don't know if anyone from there follows me on social media that has any inside information, because like, how often do you get told by Nintendo themselves, hey, don't do that logo mock-up, it looks, they didn't say anything about like, oh, this looks too much like what we're doing. They're just saying we would prefer you not do that because it could be mistaken for the real thing, which I guess speaks to the quality of work that I put into the things that I make. Because if you believe that that logo is the real thing and is officially confirming which 2 is the thing or whatever, then I guess that's a compliment. Hey Vash, how's it going? What's up? We were just chilling out for, oh my gosh, almost 2 hours now. We're gonna have to give the voice a rest soon. I don't wanna, we're not gonna risk anything again. But yeah, I think Thursday we'll do the rest of the Metaphor demo instead. I'm working on a video right now, which may or may not be related to Metaphor. I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, I hope you look forward to the stuff that I have to say about that very soon, because I really want to share more of it. The demo isn't really enough for me to really get all my thoughts and ideas out, but I'll try to hold those back. Yeah, all the speculation for the new console, I'm still just waiting to see when Nintendo's going to say something. I'm curious to just know what time frame they're going to say something. As I mentioned earlier, holiday season is coming up, and if they release news for something that's going to be, you know, the Switch but better, like what's the purpose of having the holiday season lineup, right? How are they going to sell all those copies of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Special Edition Bundle Switch if they don't if they advertise the Switch far too early? But yeah. We just make more Switch 2 mock-up logos. That's a shame, because I spent the whole stream on that. I went in so much detail, getting the exact number 2 rights, drawing out the Joy-Con, animating that as well, doing the sound effects. But at the very least, I still think it's gonna do like the click, because we have Switch 1 with the single click, and now with Switch 2, it's gonna be the two manias going like snap instead. Well, Yoshi's asking, are we going to be playing through Metaphor on this channel? I'll play through some of it for sure, I think. I'm in a weird situation right now in which we may or may not have a copy to do some preview stuff for it. It's not even preview, like it's gonna be, the game's coming out this week essentially. So I'm part way through the demo on PS5. I still want to complete that as well, because I mean that's going to be the data that transfers over. So I think Thursday we're going to continue the demo. I guess I just wasn't ready for it today because I'm so busy doing other stuff as well. This is like my chill out moment for all y'all. But yeah, expect more Metaphor on the channel. I don't know how much I'll be playing of it, because that is a very long game. I'd have to really commit to just doing that, or just, you know, spending spending specific blocks dedicated to just playing Metaphor, which is it's a big investment, and I don't know how many people would want to watch that much of the game anyways. Very interesting. I'm very invested, but there are moments I'm playing where it's just like I'm just grinding at this point, and what would I even do on stream other than say like, oh man, and here we are grinding the 100th tooth. I do like how they were making it more or less the Metaphor mascot is going to be the tooth, the broken tooth enemy. Homo Tenta, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, Homo Tenta. That's small little boys. I may or may not have met one that speaks, and I gotta say the tooth enemies that speak, they talk in tooth puns, in chewing and biting puns. Something about like, you gotta be careful, you gotta really grit your teeth out there to make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew. Things like that. It's so stupid but great. Bolt Mouse X has gotta go. Take your sister puppy outside for a walk. Stay safe and have a good afternoon. You too as well. Stay safe. Yeah, we're gonna head off really soon, I think. I've exhausted all topics I can talk about by myself. One of these days I'm gonna do a GVG cast just by myself. It's just gonna be this essentially. I'll get some news and I'll talk about it. It would have been good this last week actually. There was a lot of Daniel coded news. The talk of more remasters from Tales series, F-Zero 99 and all the other F-Zero updates, Metaphor, Bach and whatnot, Zelda and everything. Yeah, as Yoshi's saying as well, Metaphor reviewed very well. Amongst the top 3, Airtree, Astrobot, and then Metaphor right under it for the year on Metacritic, and the 94. It's crazy, but also very good. This is exactly what I want to see happen. I want to see everyone talking about this game and seeing all those glowing reviews happen. Metroid Dread's 3rd anniversary. Happy Dreadiversary, everybody. Sonic Sama saying, whoa, 94, that's higher than I can count. I too do not count past 94 very often. I wasn't even born. Oh, I was born. Never mind. I was born by 94. Never mind. We're old people out here. Hello, Jaden Buck. How's it going? Let me see here. I hope you all like Dragon Ball because we're gonna be jumping into Fidel's stream very soon. I don't think have I ever rated Fidel? I don't think I have. Oops. I met him at the Atlus event for Metaphor too. Yeah, they were just there hanging out. Yeah, you're gonna go from my chill energy to something a lot more excitable. So, sorry, y'all. But yeah. I should probably get going and doing some of the stuff that I need to as well. But I'm really thankful that we had as much people just here to chill out and talk to me. But everybody else that's been here, if you want to check out more Metaphor, I'm going to be playing that on Thursday. Then I'll try to make sure that I stay on top of that as well. I'm going to be all metaphored out by then, but I'll play it for you because there's a lot more cool stuff to see and to come. But yeah, let's see here. And we're going to take one more hydrate for the road. Thank you, Zill Spirit. If anybody else wants to or has some by you, I recommend having some water. Oh no, everyone's coming to say hi as we're leaving. All right, friends. Thank you all so much for joining us here today. If you just joined, I'm sorry. We're going to be coming back next week with Metaphor, the second half of the demo. Gotta remember. I'm sorry, Corin. This always happens. I gotta leave before somebody else also raids us too. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Stay tuned to the channel on GVG. I'm gonna be putting up a video very soon on a certain game. Obviously, it's not very much of a surprise of what game I've been playing lately. It's gonna be up on the channel. Not a review. There isn't quite enough time to do a review, so I hope you all can forgive me for that. We got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just came out, so we're gonna go ahead and raid our friend of the channel, Fidel Games Cage. So if you stick by, try to manage to say hello if he's not screaming at the game. Okay, friends, that's all for now. I need to leave because I don't know how to end these when it's not just a game that we're playing. So take care, everyone. Till we meet again.